Hi there, this is Jason from DroneWorks. So I just want to run you through our inspection platform because we've saved you time on site using drones for your inspection or survey, but now we want to save you time off site by making the most of the data in our interactive 3D platform. Now, it's quite simple to use, but some of the features might be tricky to find. So I want to show you through everything, help you get the most out of it. So the first thing is you'll receive a link. These links are anonymous and they don't need an account to log in. All you need is an internet connection and a web browser. These links are only accessible if you have them. So obviously if you share them with anybody else, they will also have access to the platform. Now, normally we recommend that you do share these with the rest of your team, with contractors who might be working on site, project managers, anybody who wants to collaborate over the site, because this platform now, it's not just enabling an inspection, it's enabling data sharing and collaboration, everybody working off the same page, and that's what's going to drive good timely decisions from accurate data. Okay, so when you click the link, you'll be greeted with this page. Just click the thumbnail to get into the platform. After a few moments it'll load and you'll be able to navigate your site in 3D. Now this 3D model, we call this a medium detail model. So it's got good representation of the 3D shape of the building. It's got moderate detail of the textures of the roof and the building. But if you want to see the fine detail, high resolution detail, then we provide high detail inspection images, and we'll talk through that in a second. But basically, click and hold the left mouse button to move around, and wherever you click, if you click first, that becomes the orbit point. So left click and then click and hold, that becomes the point around which the model orbits, just to help you move around. The right mouse button, as you click and hold and move the mouse, will help you zoom in and out, but you can also use the mouse wheel. And then the middle mouse button will help you actually pan around. So if we zoom in and then we want to move to the side, that's the middle mouse button there. The first thing to note is down on the right hand side, this is the main area you're going to find the features. So firstly is the image gallery. Now, as mentioned, you will receive detailed images to help with your condition survey. Every time you click on the model, a blue circle will appear, and that blue circle then denotes where on those images you have clicked on the model, and then you simply select an image to view it in detail. If we go up here to the right hand side, you'll see this little rectangular shape icon. What this lets you do is do split screen. So on the left you can see the model, and on the right you can see the image, and you can see where you have clicked on the image. Every time you click an image now, the model will orientate to match the perspective of the image. Now this is really useful because if you're trying to identify where defects are, or even where this image is looking on the site, sometimes it's tricky to work out when you're literally just flicking through a folder of images. So this sync option is really useful. So as we click on an image, the model will change. You still can navigate the model on the left, and you can navigate the image and zoom in and look at detail on the right. If there is anything annotated on the screen and you want to see it quickly, you can view it in the list by clicking the list button here, but you can also click callouts, and what that will do, show you only images that have defects or annotations associated. So here you can see that we've got an image here with a defect annotated, and when we click on it we can see that it's been categorized as vegetation. It's got a severity level as 3, with 1 being good, 5 being the worst on a traffic light system, and then there's the comments from the surveyor. Now if we're doing the condition report for you, our chartered surveyor will write his report inside this platform. That will then generate a PDF report that you'll have as a downloadable copy, but because of the high detail images that we're collecting, that all gets lost when it's compressed into a report. So we're encouraging clients to come back in here and view the defects in high detail so you can see exactly what's going on and what the defect relates to. Let's talk a bit more about these layers on the left. So this is a list of any points of interest that have been marked up on the model. Now as you navigate around, you'll see these little markers dotted around. Now they can either be defects that have been annotated, they could be general points of interest, they can be bookmarks. You can basically save the camera position of the model if you want to draw attention to a certain point of interest, and they can also be measurements. So let's look through those in turn. Firstly, we have a bookmark, some information. So here we've captured the location of the chimney and saved it, and then we can add information into this text box to tell you what we want to know about this particular area. Now we can take it a step further. If we look at the playground here, you'll see there's a point of interest there. If we click that either on the map or in the layers list, we can actually add some really rich text information. So we can use colors, fonts, headings, pictures and links, just like you would in a Word document. That can all be built up in here. So if you want to add extra information about your asset, then make this a focal point for that documentation, then this is a really good place to do it. Next up is images. To create an image, we can use this pointer down on the left hand side, and we can then click on the model and basically click between 2 points. If we click 4 points, we can create an area. Okay, and we can then save that. If a measurement has already been captured, we can see it here by the set square icon, and we can click it there to go directly to it. And same again, we've got areas and length. Now, if this measurement is related to an issue, you can also associate a defect with it as well, in the same way as a normal defect. Next up is points of interest. These markers here are points of interest. Now we've basically captured the camera position, and we've added a marker to draw your attention to that area. Next up is creating annotations. If you are doing the condition survey yourself, or you want to supplement the report that we've already done, you want to add extra information, then what we can do is bring up the image gallery. You can either click around the model and view the images in relation, or you can click through the images and annotate them that way. Now, what I like best here is if you click an image and then click the split screen icon at the top, the left hand side is the model, and the right hand side is the image. And as we change our images, the model will orientate to the same angle as the image. And this is really useful for if you're looking at a defect, you're able to accurately and quickly identify where you are looking at on the site. And for a large complex site such as a school or a large commercial building, this is really useful, saves you a lot of time and gives you context to the inspection images. You can still navigate the model as normal, but when you click an image, the model will orientate to that selected image. Now let's say we have a defect here. There's some staining on the roof. We can use this toolbar at the top now to draw a rectangle on the area of interest. So we're left clicking the mouse button, holding, dragging and let go, and you'll then be able to give it a title, a type, a severity, with 1 being good and 5 being needs attention right away, in other words it's bad, and then a description of the comments. And once you click off, that's then saved, and you will see that show up in the list. Okay, and there we go. One final point is that as part of the inspection, we also collect general site images and site overviews. So if we scroll along here, we will eventually get to some images that have a camera icon with a cross through them. and that just basically means they're not actually part of the model themselves. So here you can see we have some general site images, just again to give context and awareness to the wider location. And again, these can be annotated if you want to. Okay, the final feature, and this relates to both land and buildings, but it's quite useful for land projects, is the 2D function. So as well as glorious 3D, we also have a 2D orthomosaic. Now an orthomosaic is a geo-referenced, highly detailed 2D map. It's essentially a Google map, but super detailed. So that gives you a really good overview and the ability to zoom in without flicking through loads of images in 2D. So if we click the 2D icon here, you'll see the 2D view, the orthomosaic show up, and then you can literally zoom in and see the detail and scroll through as you have been doing before. You can't annotate a 2D map, but it's still useful as a point of reference. And then to flick back, just click on the 2D to unhighlight it, and you'll be back at the normal view. So I hope you found that useful. As we said earlier, I really want you to get the most out of these inspections. We provide so much more than just pretty pictures, and this 3D data, the inspection platform, the ability to interact and collaborate and share with others is really powerful and helps you make informed decisions about your asset. If you've got any questions, then please reach out, always happy to help. We could also do a screen share if you've got any problems. But once you've had your first go at this, it's normally quite easy. You don't really need any special training. We're always here though if you need us. So thanks very much, and we'll catch up with you soon. Bye.